Hey, welcome to another edition of the One Loco Basketball Hoops Happy Hour, presented by One Loco Basketball, One Loco Academy. We got Rob Benson, we got Coach Fish, and I'm Justin Jarrett, and we got a great guest tonight, continuing with our theme of coaches who are building high-level programs and sustaining them. We've had Coach Lynch from USC Salk and Coach Bennett from May River Boys, and tonight we got Karen Floyd from the JPII girls who have just kind of established themselves as one of the most consistent programs in the area and kind of maintain that status quo for the last few years. So we'll talk to her about the kind of the status of her program and pick her brain about her philosophy and the way she sees the game and the state of the Loco, like we do here in this particular space. And maybe we'll let you guys pick apart the power rankings we put together on the lowdown the other night and see what you think about them and see if you can rearrange them for us a little bit later after we let Karen go. But first show of the year, boys. We got all the holiday tournaments behind us. We saw a lot of basketball, some better than others, and but a lot of competitive games, and you find out a lot about teams in those situations. And it's a lot of times this time of year, you got teams playing a guy or two down, and you find out about depth pieces that might be important down the stretch. So it was good times. We got to spend a lot of time in the gyms and got a lot more results to play around with and try to make sense of. How are y'all doing after the holidays? Good holidays all around?
Oh yeah, man. Can't complain. I'm currently watching my Vandy girls, man. We got 3-point lead, 30 seconds left. Got LSU at home, so
Uh-oh.
be a big win for us, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would
anytime
be
you
that
beat
would be a big
LSU,
one, man.
real
Get
good.
Michaela Blake, she going off?
Oh. Yeah, I got 14 in the fourth right now.
Oh
Oh
goodness.
wow. Oh wow.
That'll
Wow.
do, pig.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
man. Well, yeah, seen a lot of games, man. Been out and about. I just got out of the gym. I was in the gym all day, and then of course, Matt had a bunch of the kids in the gym yesterday, and we've seen a bunch of high school, and there's been some better results. The Charleston thing didn't go so well for some of the locals, but the smaller tournaments, right? The smaller tournaments went very well for some locals, so that's a good thing. And yeah, I think it's starting to play out. Like we're starting to see it in real time, and we kind of know who's who now and what to expect heading into region.
Indeed, indeed. And one of the local tournament champs with us tonight, Karen Floyd, because JP2 was supposed to play in the girls part of the Bluffton Bobcat Classic, and then that fell apart kind of at the last minute, and they were scrambling and got into the Colleton Prep tournament, the IP Builders tournament up there, and ran through it. So, yeah, good showing from them. Bluffton boys defending their title at home. Hilton Head boys with a really good run to the finals of their tournament, which we talked about on the last episode. We delayed until after that, and a good showing in that championship game as well. So yeah, some good stuff from the tourney scene, and gonna have a good battles in some of these regions as well, that we'll get into probably next week. I mean, we get it going this week, and we'll be able to kind of have some results to play with. But we can talk about how we stack them up right now later in the show. But let's first talk with our guest. We got Karen Floyd joining us tonight. What's up, Coach?
Hey there. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Coach. We've known each other for a long time through all kinds of things. I remember going out to cover some kind of a mud race you were having years and years
Yeah.
ago out on Picnic Colony Road. So we go way back together. But you've been coaching at JP2 now since the inception, right? You were the first head coach there. Is that right?
Actually, there
Girls.
was one year before me when they were
Okay,
getting started. I took over in
gotcha.
2015 with
Yeah,
eighth through
2015.
tenth graders.
Okay. So 10 years in now, and you've really established, like I said in the opening, one of the most consistent programs in the area. I mean, we know what to expect from you guys. You guys are gonna have a cast of girls who are ready to play roles and play the way you play year in and year out. No matter who graduates, there's another one that looks a lot like her coming down the pike, and has the same skill set. So just talk a little bit about building that program from scratch and what you had to do, how you went about it to be able to get to where you are now, where you feel like every year you can kind of reload and keep doing the same things you've been doing.
Yeah, I mean it worked. I'm a lot older than I was 10 years ago. So work was put in. I remember the days of playing against Kenny in the very beginning. They've always been strong over there, Hilton Head Christian, and we trying to get together in the summer. And I'm like, Kenny, what are you doing with your girls? I'm trying to plan a basketball camp. I'm going to host a camp. We're going to go to camp. And I remember him saying, "No, we don't have to do any of that stuff. Our girls, we got travel girls." I'm like, "Well, that must be nice." But so we started that. I've always had a camp. I haven't the last few years, but I always did my own camp. We had the little ones come in, as well as having my varsity girls in there as well. And then I'd always take them to a camp. We used to go to Furman's a lot. I think it was really beneficial. A lot of games in there against really strong competition that you don't see around here. And then, last few years going to Dawn Staley's camp as well. We put in the work in the off season, and I definitely think there's a benefit to JP2 being middle school and high school and I teach in the middle school level, so I get to talk basketball with my kids on that level. I get to see them in the gym when they get to me.
So, Coach, one thing I was going to ask you about all the summer stuff is many years ago, actually, I had the privilege of witnessing some of the summer camp, and it was packed. I remember thinking to myself in this area, because it's so hard to get kids in the gym with consistency, especially girls, at a level with that level of enthusiasm. And there was just tons and tons of kids in the gym. So I commend you there. But you're also one of the first ones in the area, like you had mentioned, that would take the girls on the road, right, and go to Furman and do team camps and things of that nature. Can you get a little more into like the benefit and like the bonding and what that actually establishes for you before you actually, show up to tryouts or however it is you choose the teams?
Yeah, I mean, you just said it. It's so much team bonding as it is just the competition. My camps were centered around fundamentals, and then we would go to Furman to make sure we were getting in the quality games. And it's a lot of them. With Dawn Staley's, we like it. It's closer. It's a lot easier on the drive. But you get 2 games a day. Furman, we were getting I think 3 games a day and then 2 on the last day. So it was jam packed. They're spending the night. They're hanging out, and there's just so much to be said about 3 days of bonding on the road.
One thing also I wanted to ask you, Coach, is that it's so funny now that there's not that many. So there's, the amount of turnover in the coaching profession around here. So there's not that many who have tenure in the way that you do and the consistency that you do. And stylistically just play the same year in, year out, kind of regardless of personnel. And like Justin said it on the head of the show, get them to kind of perform in the same sort of way. But is there one standout kid? I have one in mind over the years, but is there one standout kid from JP2 that you can point to that you were like, wow, that kid was special?
Goodness. For sure. Actually, I was texting with her today, Takai DeVore.
Yeah.
Takai, she came in early. I want to say I got Takai in 2016, I think, mid-year. Got her right after Christmas. And then she still had to wait out a couple of times. She could practice with us, but she's a gem. She elevated everyone's level of play at a much faster rate than I could do it on my own or with our team. She's the most selfish player that I think we've ever had in the Low Country, in my opinion. Of course, I'm biased, but she could score on a whim. She could take it inside. She could shoot the 3, but she was an exceptional passer, and she loved her teammates and the girls that I had, very athletic girls, and they all saw this level of play that they could elevate to following her lead, and it worked to our advantage. What a blessing.
Yeah, that's who I was going for as well. Quite a shooter too, with range.
Mm-hmm. Everything. So, there was not a lot of fault in her game. So
not at all. So what have you? You've played a good portion of public and private in the area thus far. What are your takeaways? From the first part of the season, in terms of who you've played, what you've seen, and what you expect out of some of the squads.
Well, as far as my girls, it's been good. We would like a little more competition, I guess, going into the region play, checking on them. I think our region is going to be a little better than they were last year, despite I think Trinity Collegiate is way down from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But the rest of the region, I think, may be picking it up a little bit. So it's always good to have strong competition. But yeah, I would say some of the teams that we played aren't quite at the level we thought they were going to be coming off of last year. So I can't say I know exactly what's going on there, but
Yeah.
there's definitely a little bit of a decline. But I mean, I've been on that roller coaster ride too. I know what it's like to
Yeah.
to graduate 6 seniors and or whatever the case may be,
Right.
and then you just
Or
have to build up,
the
and
transfer
you
portal thing, you have some consolidation of power happening in some places.
right. There's something definitely going on,
I
but
see there's not any power to consolidate in this area
yeah,
currently.
No,
Really, I
but
mean,
like in Savannah privates and stuff, like you had a lot of
yeah.
movement last year, right? And some
I think yeah.
consolidation.
There's a lot
Yeah.
this year in Savannah too.
Yeah.
And,
There's a
and
lot
to
of
that
upheaval.
point, I know you graduated a lot of seniors a few years ago. And you had a really young team last year. It's kind of the same team this year. What was
yeah.
what's your favorite part of watching this group in particular grow from last year to this year?
Oh, it's fun. And actually we struggled a little bit in the beginning of the season. I was a little worried because we weren't exactly picking up where we left off.
Yeah.
There's we lost three, we brought in three, and just some gelling there was not taking place. We've got a great little up and comer in Dom, and but she's practically a freshman again because she was barely getting started and getting her groove when
Right.
she tore up her knee. But she's really starting to play well. We're actually allowed to play her some quality minutes right now. But yeah, it's been fun to watch. I'm excited for the future because we are. What I have, I've got let me think about this. I've got 4 seniors and 5 sophomores right now, 2 juniors. So it's
Oh,
to see them come along and they're buying in. I mean, that's a big part of my philosophy is just you know come ready and to give me everything you've got. I always tell them in the beginning, if you're gonna give me everything you got from Monday to Friday, I'm not going to call you in here on a lot of Saturdays. I'm not saying it's not going to happen because it is, but if you give me everything you've got, I want you to enjoy this game. I want your muscles to get a chance to recover. I want you mentally to get a chance to recover. And so I think they buy into to working hard and buying into what we're trying to do. I'm not a dictator out there on the court. I value their opinion too. Ultimately decisions, but they know they're allowed to speak up in the locker room and on the court, and I value their opinion. But they're growing and they're growing at a pretty quick pace, and it's just fun to watch. I enjoy it. I've been blessed to have really really coachable girls throughout my career.
I mean,
And with that, what would be kind of like a barometer of success for this group? Because I mean, obviously everybody wants to win a state championship, but only one team wins every year. Doesn't mean everybody else
Yeah.
is a failure. So kind
well,
of
and
how would you
and
gauge
you're playing at a
success?
different level than you were previously as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. 4A is a different demon than the
Different
3A
beast.
season. So
Yeah, yeah. I we've been pointing that out a lot, trying to get them to see that we can't come into practice and go through the motions just because we're having a lot of success right now. You got to come in, you got to challenge each other. I'm trying to give them visuals. I'm like, hey, listen, here's average, and we're here, and we know it. We know we're pretty good. I go, but where we want to be is right here. I
Yeah.
said, we want to get to that next level. We want to win that region championship. We want to win that state championship. And I do believe that one day it's in our future. Maybe it's this year, but I don't know. We're young. I don't go into it thinking it's all about just the winning, but it sure is fun when you can do it.
well,
No doubt.
um, are you going, Justin?
Go ahead.
Oh, to that. So one of the most underpublicized kids in the area, who I personally love and think is very obviously underpublicized, undervalued. But Lauren, talk to us about her maturation as a point guard and what that does for you on the court in terms of being able to execute your game plan.
We need her on the court. We need her out there a lot. She's a junior now. She's matured into that. She's just learned the game. She's picked it up. She knows when we need to hold on to it. She knows when we can pick up the pace. She's making really good decisions with her passing. She had a lot of steals over the weekend. She's really coming around, and she's a very unselfish player too. So, but to watch her grow, and she's always been very athletic and can score and do those things. But I think just based on our level of play of when she's in the game and when she's not, she is definitely needed and valued on the court for us at all times, really. She's our go-to when we need stability. She had really Termini.
Yeah.
Looking ahead, go ahead, Fish.
Yeah, the last question I have for you, because we talked to Coach Bennett at May River, and he talked about giving his kids a 3-4 page scouting report. Now, having coached against you and having prepared, y'all seem to be a group that y'all really do what you do, and y'all do it well. How much time do you spend trying to adjust and change for other teams versus just focusing on running your stuff and running at a high level?
No, we do. I've got a scouting report right now on St. Andrews because we got them coming up this week. So I've got a full page scouting report to go over with them tomorrow in practice. We'll prepare for their mostly man-to-man defense, what I've seen, and they do spread the court well. So we do that. We talk about it. We haven't had to do as much of it now, right? Preseason, you kind of know why. You've already stated it. But yeah, we do. The adjustments, I'm kind of one of those, we've already baled the hay and put it in the barn. Let's do what we got to do with it. Let's go use it. So we definitely tweak our practices right before a game, and then right after the game, we do a lot of tweaking too. We learn a lot from the game, but we definitely don't go into a game not knowing who's who. Only, that happens when we can't find film, but we're always looking for film. We're always trying to read it. And to be honest, I've got another gym. I've been lucky with my players, but a true gem to my program has been Debbie Retzer, and she's retired now, but she loves to analyze film. So, I have her working. So I feel
she's
like
retired, but she still has access to the huddle.
Oh yeah, she loves it. She can't get away from it. She loves it. So, and we love her. She knows exactly what she's doing. Yeah.
Many years.
Yeah, we prepare. I know I'm sure we don't prepare. Maybe not we. I probably don't prepare as much as some other coaches. But you're not going to see me in the gyms scouting other teams too often. I've got a full load with teaching. That is my main job, and I don't go into any job not being prepared. So that takes priority. I spend my time in the classroom, and then I stay up late at night with basketball.
Well, there you go. Good luck in 4A. I think the region probably is something that you guys are gonna do quite well in. Obviously, Northwoods you guys ran into, that's 4A, and then First Baptist. So those would be, off the top of my head, probably like the best and the biggest competition, right? Potentially.
Yes, Northwood. I think Northwood probably has maybe they have a shot at state. I kind of thought they did last year too, and it didn't fall through, but they are solid. And we played them. It was only our second game. I honestly played them, I think, the day after we played Cross, and those were two just not good. We didn't look good. We were not gelling. We had to make so many corrections from both of those games. So, it used to be when in practice, when I'm getting on them, it was, you got to play each other as hard as Hilton Head Christian plays us. And, now it's, you got to play each other as hard as Northwood played us, because they got us by 28 points. I mean, they
Yeah.
did a number on us, and a lot of it was them, but a lot of it was our fault.
Right. Well, like 4A is no joke. I tell everyone all the time, there's a lot of, at the lower levels, people talk about skis or this, that, and the other. But at the 4A level in girls basketball for years now, the top 3 or 4 teams out of 4A are as good as anyone in the state.
Sure.
So it's a, it's stacked. And I mean, we have kids who used to play for us who are up at First Baptist now and things. So like, I very much understand what you're up against. So I wish you the best. I
Thank you.
definitely think, the style of play is certainly something the area needs more of, right? I mean, like when Fish was at Cross as well, there needs to be, more unselfish, move the ball, hard swing, kicks, and all that good stuff. So I think you guys do
Good
it
help
right.
defense.
Good. Yeah, and so I wish you well the
Appreciate
rest
it.
of the way. And
Thank you.
And yeah, and other than that, yeah, great start so far. I mean, your margin of victory is like ridiculous. So keep it up.
Coachable
Yeah,
kids.
you write very gracious recaps. You're very gracious to the other team. They tell how tough they were. You bury the lead a little bit because I get through 3 paragraphs of how tough they played you and what a struggle it was, and then I see 55-27 or something, and 3 people had double doubles, and I'm like, okay, Karen.
Yeah, I try my best to play everybody, and I struggle with that. I struggle with, what's the right thing to do? Is it to push some stats on certain kids, or is it building a program and giving these kids quality playing time? And so I try my best to hit it, get everybody in where we can. And so we've got a lot of girls putting points on the board right now. No one is just blowing it away, but I think I've got several kids that could easily score 20 points, in most games if I let them play the whole time. Yeah. So Ellie Heathcott, you guys keep an eye on her. She's a great player.
You've always got a Heathcott or two.
I mean, there's
always got a Heathcott or two. You know what? That family, that's a basketball family. They can play.
Prolific.
I was like,
yes,
yeah. I mean, where did it start with Maddie? Is that it?
I did. Started with Maddie. We were lucky to get her, and that year that after we graduated 6 seniors, Maddie came in, and and we struggled, but it would have been a lot worse without Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's quite the pipeline you have there, because she's certainly put up numbers so far, and honestly been statistically, at least in terms of the numbers I've seen, seems to be most consistent in terms of points and rebounds each game.
Absolutely, she is. She's reliable for sure. But
so
the other girls
you guys
too,
have. Go ahead.
I understand the girls they all push each other. I've got good seniors, and it's just all across the board. But to have 5 sophomores that are playing at a pretty high level right now, it's comforting.
You mentioned that. You mentioned the cross game earlier in the year to start the season, which you guys won by 2, and you feel like you're a completely different team than you were then. Obviously, you were expecting to see them at Colleton in the championship, but then Dorchester knocked them off. So that was interesting. But you said you did pick up a second game with them, and it looks like they come to you on February 5th. So that should be a good matchup. That's probably, other than Beaufort High, I wish Reggie said on last night's stream that he'll make sure he reaches out to you to make sure he gets you on the schedule next year. So
we'd like to.
We'll if we need to, a JP2 Beaufort matchup. But no, other than that, Cross is probably your best local competition, right? So it's good you get that game in.
Yeah. So.
But looking at that region schedule, you said Trinity's down a good bit, but Wilson Hall and Lawrence Manning both going to be pretty good challenges.
Just checking out Max Preps and all, and I think they'll, we beat them pretty well last year, but there were moments in the game where we had to pull ourselves together and we've got Wilson Hall coming up, not this week but next, and so I've been taking a little peek there, and their record right now is really good. Now I'm not sure the caliber of the teams that they're playing. I haven't ventured that far out, but
That's the hard part right now. I mean, like prep girls beat Savannah Christian handily this weekend,
Really?
and yeah,
Prep
I mean
beats
that's
Savannah.
that.
Okay. Yeah.
Savannah Christian by, I mean, handily. I mean, a little point guard outscored Savannah Christian. Um,
Wow.
and so, but here's the thing: Savannah Christian had 4 or 5 wins. Like, where did they get those from?
Right.
Right.
You know. So I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah. Records
I don't
lie.
act. Yeah, records lie. Records like I don't even know who's. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah.
Well, Rob, how's my matchup going to be this week against St. Andrews? You got any insider information?
I mean, they'll 1-2-2 and they'll try to force turnovers. I mean, they can't score in a half court and they don't have any outside shooting. So everything's based off of getting turnovers off the scramble. So if you break the press,
we'll do our best.
If you break the press, you'll eat easily.
Okay. Yeah. We're getting a little better at that, so we'll see how it turns out.
Well, I mean, they, like I said, I think probably 80% of their points come from the backcourt, and it's not even a particularly strong backcourt, so it's not something you're going to have a real difficult time with as long as you just stay composed.
All right, we'll do it. We're going to try.
There you go. Got a great scouting report there, Coach. I found where Savannah Christian's wins came from. Sadly, 2 came from Hardyville. We're not in a good place. We're not in a good place.
Man.
But we played them much closer than Islands. They beat Islands 56-6. And they split with the Habersham School. So
wow.
But they're on a bad streak right now. 47-19 Hilton Prep beat them. Wow. That's mind-boggling. All right, Coach. Anything else for Coach before we let her go? We've subjected to her to enough of our main questions, right?
Nah, man. Just echo best of luck. I mean, I say on here pretty much. I feel like every week, my favorite team to watch locally. Like what y'all got going on. So yeah, best of luck.
All right, I appreciate it.
Great gym too. It's always a good time to go see a game over at JPII. You might see a food truck in the parking lot or something.
Yeah.
You guys do it up right.
We've got a great
concession stand. Yeah, you do. You have a great concession stand.
Real good hot dogs over there. Real good. And you probably get to see someone from the Spencer family manning the concession stand.
Yes, you will. Yes.
So, and that's always a good time. So thanks, Coach. We appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Been great to know you all these years, and excited to see what you're building over there and see what comes next.
You too. Thank you. We appreciate what you guys are doing.
All right. Thanks, Karen. Take care. Happy New Year to you.
Same.
Oh, sorry. I cut her off. She's saying same to you.
To that. Hold on. Completely off the. How long do we have of still saying Happy New Year? What's the?
This is a good question. So Larry David says yesterday was the last day. You can't say it after 3 days. That's all you get. I give it a week. I think till the 8th is pretty good. If you haven't gone back to work by then, I think you get the first day back at work to say it to people you haven't seen. But that's about it. I mean, like, you can't be saying that stuff into the 3rd week of January.
Yeah. Just curious, man.
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and one that I have been pondering because I wanted to watch some Curb the other night, right? So I'm like, well, I don't want to go all the way back to the beginning, like flip phone days. I want Leon to be in it, so I pulled up the 2020 season. The first episode is called Happy New Year, so I'm like, well, that feels appropriate. So I started there, and a woman at the gym says Happy New Year to him, and he's like, it's too late. I don't really want it to be. What's happy about it? So yeah, we've been talking about it at our house, and yesterday was the last day according to him. So there you go, Fish.
I'm going off that.
Good question.
Larry David said it. Yeah,
Larry David is as close to moral authority as we have at this stage, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Or at least a social norm authority. But no, good talk with Coach Karen, who we didn't get into her history and background, but she's an all-timer at Hilton Head High, right? She's a Hall of Famer, I believe,
Yep.
there,
Yep.
and
Correct.
a Hall of Famer at Coker as well, right?
Yeah, that's right. I knew it was one
Yeah.
of those up there, Lander Cook or something like that.
Now she's Coker, I'm sure of that, and I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure she's
Okay.
in the Hall up there now. So we didn't
Yeah,
even
I
get
believe
into
so.
that. We could have gone a lot deeper, but we'll have to talk with her again somewhere down the road for sure and dig a little deeper. But she's a heck of a coach. You know, I mean,
Mhm.
we've seen what she's built and rebuilt. You know, I mean, they've had to kind of reload and rebuild a couple of times, and they always come out looking the same at the end and being right there in the mix. And they're ranked third in max preps and the 4A. So, you know, I don't know if they can get on Northwood's level this year or not, but it doesn't seem
I
impossible.
mean, I think that those two squads, like Faith Baptist or First Baptist has. So look at First Baptist, right? They don't come in
Yeah,
as impressive right there because that's what you want to do when you're good like that, right? They
right.
schedule it up. They schedule it up to lose because they know that they're going about to roll for a while.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel you.
and and so they have a 6'6" kid who's
Oh
going to
God, they
Clemson.
played
Is
Goose Creek to 1 point.
Yeah,
Oh no, First Baptist is really good, man.
They're
yeah,
Nah,
really
they,
yeah,
good.
they got like four
yeah.
D1s,
First
4 or 5 D1s.
Yeah. They have 4 or 5 D1. I mean, like I mean, their point guard has a South Carolina State offer. Everyone else, Maddie
Oh yeah, they're crazy good.
Pujani, their shooting guards, maybe one of my favorite twos in the entire state. So I mean, they're stacked. But Northwood's right there. I mean, Northwood has Malaya Birch, who's like been a longtime nemesis of PJ, and also the First Baptist point guard, Gabby Moore. So, they're stacked. But what's going on in boys
Yeah,
ball around here?
so well, I guess we can go into what we did with our power rankings the other night because we kind of sifted through everything and kind of hive minded it and came up with our rankings, top fives. On the girls' side, we had JP2 at 1, Buford at 2. Although I think you could make an argument that Buford might be a better team than JP2, you know, head up, but we don't get to see that. So on their best night, Buford might beat them, but I think JP2 might win 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10, maybe. I don't know, just because they're a little bit more polished.
I,
I don't know. You guys know better than me.
I think
Hampton,
Buford is more talented as far
yeah,
as
I
Yeah,
think they
everybody.
may be more talented as well.
I don't
they
think they
But I
are.
play.
think
Yeah, I don't know if they play like that though. Play together or
right.
They
anything
don't.
like that.
That's kind of where I was
No.
going with it. I got Hampton at 3, Cross at 4 because of that loss to Dorchester, and then Whale Branch at 5. That's what we came up with, but you're splitting a lot of hairs in there.
Yeah, the Dorchester loss is certainly a
That's a head
conundrum for
scratcher.
them. Yeah, and they've got they play them again twice, and I don't know that they had some kids out of town for the holiday tournament, by
I
choice.
kind
I
of
think.
figured that might be the case.
Yeah, they
They were
just
back.
kind
They were back that game.
they were back for the
Oh,
Dorchester game.
really?
Yeah, I think the wheels are sort of off, just like in terms of
The
being bought.
commitment level,
Yeah, being
yeah,
bought in. So that's sort of, I think, what will hinder them. And that's the thing about JP2 is they kind of keep plugging. In terms of them being better than Buford or not. I mean, that's definitely Buford's more talented and has more rugged athletes.
right.
JP2 has a better style of play, so it kind
Yeah,
of depends what you prefer and what you think comes out in the long run.
yeah.
The boys' side's the same as it's been. I mean, I think at this point, like
The
Lupton
boys'
boys
side
won it.
is weird. So
Yeah,
we got
boys'
May
side.
River at 1 because they're undefeated, but like, have they played a game that they shouldn't have won yet? You know, like, I mean, just on paper from the outset of the season, like they just haven't been challenged much, so it's hard to know what it really
Yeah,
Yeah,
means.
I think that
We got
the power
Hampton at
ranking.
2, but Hampton looks good to me from afar. The
but they got
video
rocked by
I see,
Colleton.
yeah, but then they came back and beat Colleton by like 40 a week later.
I wonder if
Like
that was during the state championship
it
week.
was right after. It was right after the football players joined. It was like their first came back and their vibes were off.
Okay.
But they're good now and they're rolling. I mean, they're rolling not good teams right now, but they're rolling them and they're like they got dudes who jump out of the gym. I saw some crazy videos of dunks and lobs the other night in this 1A tournament they played in. But they might not. I don't know. We'll see. Hilton Head, Bluffton. Everybody else wanted Hilton Head ahead of Bluffton. They're convinced they're better than Bluffton right now. But we all agreed that it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. And then JP2, you got to have them a tick below Bluffton because Bluffton beat them twice, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
although both close, and then Battery Creek's kind of outside looking in if you're talking top 5. So it's a lot of sameness is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense.
I mean,
And
with those three though, especially talking about the ones in the region, I think that I mean, I guess college football playoff committee put May River at 1 because of head to heads, but honestly, I think they'll finish third in the region. I think they'll finish behind both Hilton Head and Bluffton.
I think that's very possible. But as far
Yeah,
as
that
the
is.
rankings would go right now, I think they got to be there for now. But if you're doing true like power rankings of who you think would win, I guess, then I guess that looks different. But it's hard to, I don't know. It's hard to
Hilton,
dog on 13-0 right now until
Hilton
somebody
Head
beats
is
them.
going to be a tough matchup for people.
They really are. The size of those guards is going to be a real
And they
problem.
play. I think they play harder than any other one, any other team in the region. Like they play
Well,
hard.
they've
They're bigger than
always
everybody.
Shane's teams have always played really, really tough team defense.
Well, that's the
That's been a
problem.
hallmark.
Offensively, it's so unorganized to
Yeah,
where it's okay. And then you got Bluffton over there, who I mean, I feel like they're starting to catch a stride, but they didn't play anybody in their Christmas tournament either. So
right.
maybe it could be fool's gold. And I guess May River's May River, but I just don't think May River's too talented, top to bottom,
Yeah,
yeah,
personally.
that's the biggest thing. Yeah, their
yeah.
system's strong and they got a good coach, but it's like I don't see the front line talent there.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, KJ's probably your go-to scorer,
he for sure,
go-to
and
guy.
he's a nice point guard or like
He is.
lead guard, I guess in this case.
He's still got
But
some refinement to do for sure.
yeah,
But they're
Just
so
their
reliant on the
margin for
three.
error. I don't think their margin
That's
for error
it.
is
They're
big.
so reliant on
yeah,
the three, and as we all know, it's real easy to have a night where those just don't go, and you get run out of the gym. It'll be interesting, and they're not super physical. They don't really have true bigs. They have athletic guys who can play in there, but and tall guys, but they're not bigs. And
Yeah.
so it's going to be interesting to see how they match up with some of those teams. Certainly, they haven't seen tough matchups yet. I guess I would say JP2's got a good little squad, and I still think Battery Creek's got a solid squad, but they're going to run up against it in that region with
that
Oh
Oceanside,
region's
yeah.
tough, man.
Orangeburg,
Oh
and
yeah.
North Charleston and Hanahan. It's just no nights off in that region. So, and
None.
then everybody else is struggling, man. Like
Yeah.
the privates are struggling. I mean, Carlton Prep's 7-4 somehow, but I don't think they're good. That Castillo kid, I think, is pretty good, and he can cook some country skis schools. He can score 20 or 30 on them. But they're 7-4, so that's something. Go Carlton Prep. Cross
Yeah.
boys are 7-8. I haven't checked how many of the wins are against varsity opponent, but they got some dubs
Well,
this year.
I mean, the whole schedules versus varsity opponent this year. So I mean, and even if it doesn't say varsity opponent, this is what we're just talking about with Karen, right? Like, or like the
Mhm.
prep beating Savannah Christian, and then now we're doing the transitive. But like,
Right.
what do these other schools look like?
You
So
can
that's
schedule
also
wins.
I did not know you could schedule at that level, man. Like the depths of the like
Right.
the
It's
food chain we're
mhm.
finding right now
Crazy.
is yeah, it's like we're kicking rocks around here and finding schedules.
All right, here you go. They got the Steam, and
Oh,
they got
they beat Cornell
uh
Newman, right?
Faith Christian
Did you
and
say the
T
steam? Did you
Yeah,
say
the
they start
Steam.
with they beat the Steam? Like we're all supposed to know who that
They
is.
beat the Steam. Statesboro Steam Academy. The
Oh yeah.
Steam.
Oh, you mean the Steam?
Yeah, they beat the Steam.
Okay.
They beat
Right.
Faith Christian High School. I think that's what that's called. Yeah, Faith Christian. And PSA, that would be Palmetto Scholars Academy. They knocked off SAAHS, which is the Savannah Athletic Association, the Jaguars. They knocked off Savannah Classical Academy, which you didn't know existed. And
No, you know what?
also,
They're quite good in volleyball, guys.
yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
They did beat Holly Hill and then lost to, this was in the Colleton Prep tournament, presumably, then lost to Cathedral and then beat, yeah, CNHS, Cardinal Newman. They
Well, I
beat
think they're
Cardinal Newman.
well, I think they're struggling as well.
What in the world? That's notable, truly. That's truly notable. Crosby Cardinal Newman. Wow. They might build a statue of Doc out there.
You don't. Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
That's actually
Sad.
that's kind of a big deal for Crosby Cardinal Newman. Cardinal Newman must be rough this year, but still, that's a big time for a Skiza. That's good for them. Cardinal Newman
Woohoo.
might have had half the team on vacation for that tournament, or might have sent the JV. Not sure, but nonetheless, good dub. Go
Oh, we
boys.
like
Congrats.
old Trent. Trent's
Yeah,
I don't even
Trent's
think
hard.
good,
Trent. I don't
right?
even think Trent played. Trent hasn't been playing.
Really?
He's been hurt.
Oh wow.
Dang. Well, that's even more
So they
impressive.
beat Cardinal Newman without Trent.
I mean,
I couldn't imagine watching what Cardinal Newman has. Holy cow!
this is getting
This
more
is
and more impressive.
this.
If they beat Cardinal Newman without Trent, I was
Yeah.
sure there was a different Cardinal Newman that we were talking about, but nope. But Cardinal Newman is 2-12. Oh
Who are
yeah,
the two? Who are the two?
they've been taking belt. They got Greenwood Christian in a nail biter, got them by 2, and they got Andrew Jackson by 3.
Oh, there we go.
And then we're back in region.
Andrew Jackson Academy, that is. I just like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Hey,
clarify,
that boys' region should be a close region.
which is
That
wild.
skis a 2A region, man.
Which is a wild statement.
It is, but whatever. I mean, like I think that like I said, like you keep bringing up Trent, but we know how much he works, and for him to
You're
have the
right,
opportunity.
though. There's wins out there too. You get to play Holy Trinity if they persist.
Oh yeah. Oh man, this region should be studied.
But yeah, Thomas Hayward, Andrew
Thomas Hayward,
Jackson,
yeah.
BA, Cross, and
Yeah.
Bethesda. There's gonna be some scraps.
Oh, but Bethesda's gonna win that region. But I just
Most
watched
likely.
Bethesda lose by 30 at the Bobcat Classic. So
Right. Yeah.
To who? Who they play?
somebody got to win. That's one of those
Yeah.
regions.
Bethesda, I will say this, Bethesda's well coached. I sat
Hey,
and listened
shout
to
out to their
Bethesda's
coach, man.
assistant coach, who was sitting with us during the Hardyville game against Hilton Head Christian, and she knew what she was doing.
Well,
She
I
knew what
do
she was
like them
talking
because
about, and she was putting together a good scouting report.
I like them because 2-3 years ago they had a really really good squad, and I was telling somebody I was sitting with that I saw that coach like more engaged and talking more with this squad. The squad that has less talent, meaning that he was
Yeah,
actually coaching. Like he had to coach
yeah,
more, and you don't really see that a lot with some of these coaches out here.
yeah. You're
They don't
right.
really have
Yeah,
it. Or you see a lot of whining, bro. That's what I've noticed.
yeah,
I've noticed a lot
yeah.
of whining and complaining more so than coaches that's out there coaching.
A lot of
Yeah,
a lot
like
of
bro, I'm
theatrics.
14, 15 years old. Like what you expect?
Yeah, you're supposed
Oh,
to
I do
teach
want to
me
give
how
a
to
shout
play.
out to Prep. Give Prep. I mean, we made fun earlier of Savannah Christian, not so much to dog on Prep, but the Prep girls did get their first win. So that's noteworthy
Yeah,
in a abyss of of kind of tough L's and dark
and
bus
beat
rides
them
home.
down.
So
Just beat them down.
yeah. So that's good. So good to them. That's Coach Johnny Campbell's first W.
That's right.
In
First
the Low
dub.
Country. Yeah, first
Look,
dub in the Low Country.
that man stepped
so
in and did it when
he's off the schneid.
there weren't a lot of people who wanted the job this year, you know, and Johnny's keeping it going over there. So good for him. Good.
Indeed.
What else?
Indeed.
Who else we got shouts for?
How's USCB? What they got going on?
Oh yeah, so I saw the guys. They got the win on Saturday at Clayton State, and
Girls lost.
the women fell
the girls
by
lost?
5.
They play at home this week?
5. That's disappointing. Yeah, they're home Wednesday against Flagler, and then they go on the road Saturday somewhere.
Did Takoya got hurt? Or she goes to Claflin anyway. Never mind.
She goes to Claflin, yeah. Flagler has the Calvary kid from last year, Brianna, whatever. She's at Flagler, so that'll be.
And then they go to Columbus State on Saturday. So, but yeah, guys won 102-82. Karan Anderson is back in the fold.
Oh yes, okay.
And he had a big game in that one. He had 17 in 17 minutes. Yeah, to lead
still a
6 in double
kid?
figures. Yeah, he can get up. Like a 6'2", 6'3" guy, but plays more like a 4.
Right.
And flies. So yeah, they had Champaign played a good bit too. So they had 1, 2, 3, 6 in double digits, and then 2 more with 8. So everybody scored. And Kilminster did Kilminster things. Rashid had 13. Paldugu had 12. Norton had 11. Kev had 10. Easton had 8 and 8 boards. So they're looking good. They had that little blip. They lost some tough games on the road to start league play, some close games, and they got blown out in the one where they were all banged up and sick. And but it seems like they got it back on track now. Should be good Wednesday night against Flagler in the Cove. So you boys gonna be over there checking that out?
We'll see. I may.
What you got cooking this week?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just looking ahead at some of the games this week. Tuesday's
Got Bluffton, Hilton Head Friday.
Okay.
Oh, Bluffton, Hilton Head's Friday?
Friday up in the Den, I think.
You got Bridges Whale. Boys are usually fun, entertaining at least on Tuesday. Some crossover games: Bluffton, Hilton Head Christian, and Hilton Head Prep May River. Neither is super intriguing this year. Wednesday, Bishop England at Hilton Head Boys is pretty good Wednesday. That's probably pretty solid.
Oceanside at Battery Creek. Oh, no, that's girls. Oh, no, that's boys too.
Both. Yeah, both.
Yeah, both.
Bishop England comes to May River. Hilton Head Bluffton, obviously, Friday. That's the best one. Allendale at Hardyville. It's a big one for the boys. Hardyville boys are 2-0 in region. We had a rough tournament. We had a rough tournament over at Bluffton, but break is weird for schools like ours, and getting back in school is always good for us. So Friday we get Allendale at home. We take care of business there. We have wins over everybody but Denmark, and Denmark we go there on Tuesday. So we'll see. 1A's wild, man.
I bet.
Hold on. So
Denmark graduated everybody. So
I'm looking at this, man. When does May River play anybody?
They play Bishop England on Friday.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's region play now, right?
Yeah. Starts on Friday, basically. Tuesday for some.
Yeah, I don't know what
at May River.
I mean, they should beat
them.
And
then Tuesday's Hilton Head at May River.
The following Tuesday?
Yeah, next Tuesday, the 13th.
Hold on, Holy Trinity plays girls basketball still?
I don't know. They got a schedule on Max Press, but it's only got a couple games on it.
God only knows what they got over there, man.
Be a good test versus cross schools girls this Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean,
Possibly.
coming off that Dorchester game, shit, I mean, close.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Holy Trinity, they do have. Yeah, they got one game listed. No, they got. Oh yeah, they've only played one so far against the Jaguars of
BA has a varsity girls team this
SAAHS.
year.
I don't think so. I don't think Thomas Hayward does either, as far as I can tell.
So what's the region? Cross Holy Trinity. That girls region.
Hold on,
No,
is this for the region title on
you
Friday?
got Andrew Jackson too. They're 3-12
Oh,
overall.
Andrew Jackson. Yep.
Holy Trinity's 0-1 overall. They're only playing the region schedule this year, which is just a proven strategy for success.
I wonder if Shaw hang a banner.
They got
Third
another
place.
year or two, man. Because
Third place
ain't
in the
nothing coming
region.
up behind it.
Man, that's crazy. Like Buford Academy, are they going to do girls basketball again? You think? I give them credit
know,
though.
man.
Like here's the thing: they don't have stuff, so they don't do stuff. So that's okay.
Yeah.
I'd rather that approach, than like having to find these wins under whatever.
Well, I think they've just been playing JV the last couple of years, right? That's fine.
That's fine.
Like
That's
if you're a
fine.
JV
That's
team,
what they
play
are,
JV.
man.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's okay. Maybe you'll grow into a varsity team, but you're not gonna,
Hey, also I'd like to discuss: is there no complete student this year?
Is there what now?
Is there not a complete student?
The Swamp Rabbits, it exists. The school exists. They've never had a presence. They've always been a varsity opponent on Max Prep, so I've never been able to know what they play, and they don't seem interested in publicizing or anything. They just seem to do it, and that's cool, I guess. The world needs varsity opponents. We've learned that. We got to boost up the egos.
Who else is crossing to play, man?
Yeah, we got to boost up little egos, man. Like what are we gonna do? We got to give these kids a shot in life.
That Ridgeland one that played too. We lost that one. That one doesn't play anymore either.
That was
like across. Looks like it's right across from like a cornfield, man.
Yeah. Step of Faith Academy.
Yes, it was.
Yes. We have a former Step of Faith star playing for the Canes.
Nice.
Yeah, he was the star at Step of Faith.
Yeah, he was.
He plays for the Canes.
Makes sense.
Step of Faith. That was a good one. Legacy Christian still has a juggernaut softball program out there in the boonies. They don't have a field, but they got a good team.
Is that true?
Yeah. They just very politely whooped our butts last year in softball. And then we invited them back to do it again, and we did a pitching machine scrimmage that was very evenly contested. When our errors were limited to one base, we were pretty good. So it was a good time. They were very classy, and we had a great time every time we played them. They handicapped it to make it work for everybody, and we appreciated it. So, but they're very good. They won the SCACS state championship, the South Carolina Association of Christian Schools.
There we go.
There's I think there's only like 3 or 4 or 5 of them.
I was about to say how many they compete with.
There's not many, and most of them aren't very good. And
maybe Cross should join that.
Are they above varsity opponent or below varsity opponent?
SCACS?
Yes. Yeah,
well, I mean, they're probably a varsity opponent. And then within the varsity opponents, I would say they're, it just depends on the team and the sport. There's a few hammers among the varsity opponents, like for their level, that can punch above their weight, but you just got to know who they are in each sport. Every once in a while, there's just a really good coach or, a group of kids that's just real good at a sport that goes to some little country school.
I feel like I'm getting to the get off of my lawn kind of segment, even though there isn't one. This
Yeah.
actually is sort of one I feel like just even several years ago, there wasn't like the depth of these schools you could. I mean, they existed, but like, um, yeah,
Well, yes and
who,
no. They definitely did. In fact, there were
yeah,
more of them at one
really,
time. Like back when I was at the Packet, Abundant Life Academy, which is now that creative church,
yeah, yeah,
over there
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
Hardyville,
yeah.
where they got the CrossFit and all that.
Sure.
Abundant Life Academy had like a juggernaut 8-man football team and a really good baseball team and basketball team that played in SCACs and ran people. But there were a bunch of pretty good teams in there. I mean, for that level,
Right.
like, and a lot of those schools have just closed down or gotten so small that they don't have teams anymore. But it was like Fountain Inn Academy and like all these random places that you never heard of. That there'd be a few of them that had like pretty good little 8-man teams, and Abundant Life would like BA was 8-man at the time, and Abundant
Right.
Life would just like run and clock them, just destroy them.
Huh.
Yeah, it
And
was
that
wild
was out of
for like a
Creative
couple
Life.
of years. Yeah, yeah, for a couple of
Wow.
years. Brock Vinay was the coach, and he was calling up the Packet, and he'd be like, "We had T-boy so and so ran for 374 yards and 8 touchdowns or whatever," because 8-man football's insane
Mm.
Insane.
and just
The
completely
numbers.
insane. And but no, he had a juggernaut squad over there, and they used to host the SCACs baseball state championship at Hardyville Rec back
Yeah,
in the
that
day.
makes sense. Yeah.
Um, and I guess they're pretty decent. But yeah, a lot of those there's so many schools, dude. So many little schools. And now
Yeah,
all
there
these
are.
new little homeschool associations popping up with
Well,
teams.
that was what I was going to say. Like, how do you become varsity opponent or something like that when
Right.
when the Savannah Jaguars already are like a kind of a known commodity?
Right. Like they actually
Or
have a Max Preps.
that's what I'm saying.
The
Or
Steam
like
has a
I
Max
guess
Preps.
I guess I just was gonna say like 5 or 6 years ago, man, like Coastal was kind of to me anyway was considered sort of like not
Wild
outskirts,
West.
but yeah, Wild
Yeah.
West. Now it's like yeah, I mean Coastal's like really kind of mainstream.
Yeah,
I mean I
like a
think
legitimate program that you
yeah,
schedule every year because
yeah,
they'll
like
have a
every year.
team.
They'll have a team. They're well run and like they have a gym and then let's
Yeah.
go.
No,
Or
it is.
whatever.
It's wild.
Yeah, so I think that's
Crazy
sort of
times.
interesting. Like now, it's sort of like okay, that used to be you scheduled Coastal to get those sort of under rock wins. Now there's like there's Coastal has two different rocks they can kick to go find stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely layers to it. And it's helpful when you're one of those teams because
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you need no matter what level you're on, you need competition on your level. That's the only way, slightly above your level. That's how
Yeah,
you get better. But going up against, like if we had to just go wrestle May River and that was
I
it,
mean,
like
I think
that
that's
would
a
be no
slippery
good for
slope,
us.
potentially a slippery slope argument though, because like at what level just should you not be playing anymore? I mean, no offense. Like, is it fun?
Yeah,
Is it fun if you're Savannah Christian getting drubbed by prep girls, right?
right.
Okay, now let's take it one step further. Your island island high school girls who lost like 58-4,
56-6.
yeah, versus Savannah Christian. Like, why? Why are we doing this at all? But anyway, that's probably a different conversation. But yeah, so I just think like there's a lot of schools out there, man, and like Islands is a big school. Like, how are they playing like that?
That one's, I mean, it was like November 14th, so maybe they're better now. I mean,
I, I I mean, they win like this. Yeah, I don't know.
an
But
NBA
anyway,
draft lottery. No, they're 0-10. They're not better now. They've been outscored 530 to 127.
did
Jesus.
the
Oh Lord.
well, like
Oh,
okay. I mean, even
Hardyville
like
got to schedule these guys,
that's what I'm saying.
bro.
Like even like little stuff. Like I mean, I was looking the other day and we're talking about it. And like, no offense to the boys at Hilton and Christian, we've talked about their better kids sitting out and this, that, and the other, and they're playing whatever schedules representative of who they are or whatever. But then I looked at it and they're like 5-6 or something. Like, where'd they get these 5 wins from, y'all?
Bluffton
Like,
Classic.
Yep. They won a
from the
couple in the Bluffton Classic.
hold
They got
on. From the
Hardyville. They beat
Yep.
might have beat
Just
somebody else. Sorry, who was in there.
so the Bluffton
Bethesda?
Classic.
Did they play
Is,
Bethesda?
is Prep beat
Or did they
anybody
play?
in the last week?
I don't think they beat. No, they didn't play with that. I forgot who they played.
Hmm.
They played.
Trying to think.
Maybe it was Bethesda.
I think it
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
in the
Probably
second
Bethesda.
round. No, they wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know if they would have. Actually, no, they wouldn't have. They would have played somebody who won.
They played Islands.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they did. They played
I know they
Islands.
played. I know they lost to Bluffton in the second round.
Yeah, that's right. And then they played Islands. Yep. Which
I
lost to
mean, that was probably their
Benedictine in the
last
second
win
round.
of the season, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
I'm just saying, like, it's sort of interesting because you want to talk about it like it's one. I mean, and we said this a couple weeks ago. Okay, that's one of the worst teams I've seen or whatever. And then you're like, no, man, no.
No.
That's a yeah.
Well, I mean, those type of schools will always find someone worse to try to change the perception. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's more so what they go for rather than
Oh no, they
things
lost to
actually are.
Islands. They lost to Islands by 16.
Islands boys
And then they
not
lost to
terrible,
Savannah
terrible.
by 6. Savannah Country Day. And I don't know.
I mean, it's just weird. Like even in Savannah, you look at it like one of the
I know
teams
the
that's
win
sort
on
of
there.
heavily recruited up there on the girls' side is Memorial Day, right? And
Right.
they've come out sort of on fire, but like that schedule is just
Oh,
something like,
terrible.
oh man, it's like something I've never seen. It's unreal. And they're actually
So
pretty decent.
HHCA boys do get 2 with Trinity, which is only 4 and
Oh,
7.
okay.
And
Okay.
They
they
should
get
get
2 with
those.
Camden Military, which is 2 and 0. They've only played 2 games apparently,
Man,
which is crazy.
that makes me think that they don't. Yeah. So like that used to be when Royal
That
Liverts were
can't be
like in
accurate. They just
no,
no, that can't be accurate because they played 2 games in November and then they didn't play again until
well, it's like Max Preps,
FMVA.
like JP2, right? Like Karen's Max Preps didn't have the or didn't as of a couple of days ago, like the IP Builders tournament in there. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess that's because of the incident.
the
Um,
incident.
the incident. But either way, that there are schedules out there that don't quite match up between like the
Right,
school schedule online and the
right,
Max
right.
Preps or
Yeah,
whatever.
there's a lot of that.
So
That's been my
that
nightmare for years.
yeah. So I bet that 2 and
Speak
0.
Speaking of incidents, though, is that May River girls coach back coaching or?
I really don't know anything about that other than what I've heard rumor wise that she was sat down, and I don't know any details to that. That's a good
Well, someone
question.
When's their
let
first? They
someone
play
go.
Tuesday.
Yeah, they play Tuesday against Bishop England.
Guess we'll find out
Oh,
Tuesday, huh?
that's solid. Is that at home?
No, yeah, that's right. Bishop England Tuesday.
Oh, I'd watch it, see what Bishop England's got this year. Interesting.
No, they play Hilton Head Prep on Tuesday, and then they play Bishop England on Friday. My apologies.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
but no, I
we'll
don't. I
see.
don't. I don't have an answer for you on that,
I mean
Fish.
that region's 100. I mean, not region. That's going to be a Bishop England Beaufort region on the girls' side.
Right, no question.
Is
Um,
Bishop England any good on boys?
Only thing I have is that they lost to Porter Gal by 15. As far as looking for a transitive score, because I know Bluffton lost to Porter Gal by like 2.
Oh,
right.
right.
That's really
Okay.
the only thing I got to base them on.
Yeah, they're 7-7. Uh, they
I
beat
could be that like.
Hanahan handily. Akmag, Philip Simmons. Akmag lost to Porter Gab by 15. Lost to Wando by 21, which Battery Creek played them much closer, right?
It's still
Um,
pretty. It's still 10.
Lost to Beckham by 20. Beat Johnsonville by 4. Lost to Fort D by 4. Lost to MCA by 3. Beat Rock Hill handily. Lost to Charlotte Christian in OT. Beat
Oh, shout out
Hanahan
Charlotte Christian.
handily. Yeah. Is that your alma mater?
Yeah, man. Me,
Yeah.
Steph Curry, Anthony Gill, man. Charlotte
Yeah.
Christian. Shit, shoot, get Garrett Bradbury, center for the Patriots. Just watched him, Charlotte Christian alum.
There you go.
Yeah, turn them
They.
out.
Oh, and then they lost to Wando by 2 more recently. So they're coming around. There'll be a problem, I
Yeah, they will.
suspect.
I bet you that's the kind of the elephant in the room. No one's really discussed, and it probably will bite us all.
Yeah, they'll play a
Um,
They'll be
system.
close.
They got a good big who averages 13 and 9. They got a good sophomore who averages 14 points. And then looks like they got some good role players. So there'll be a problem, definitely.
well, I don't have
Yeah,
anything
man.
else for you, fellas.
I'm about to go watch
Yeah,
my Steelers, man.
that's right. Big game.
I'm sure
Ravens,
it'll be
Steelers.
another 9 and 8 year, 18th pick in the draft. You know, Tomlin purgatory that we live in.
Mid, forever mid.
Crazy.
All right, boys. Well, good stuff. We kept the streak going with great coaches, good interviews with coaches, and we talked a lot of ball. We got a lot ahead. Going to be a good week of ball. We'll see you out there in the gyms, and you know that Rob and Fish will be out there, and I'll be out there in the gym one way or another, whether I'm coaching wrestling or checking out some hoops. So we'll see you out there. Thanks for joining us for the 1L Hoops Happy Hour. And until next time, for Rob Benson and Coach Fish, I'm Justin Jarrett. Go Lowco.